The most successful HR people I know really view their careers like a portfolio.
Welcome to the HR Like a Boss video series. If it resonates with you, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing with a friend. In the description, you'll find social media links and where to listen to the complete podcast interview. I've embarked on a journey to get to know amazingly awesome HR and business professionals. These conversations are the foundation for my book on what it takes to do HR like a boss. And on today's episode, I'm joined by my friend, Kris Dunn. Kris is a CHRO at Kinetix, a dad, and a big-time basketball junkie because I've been to a Cavs game with him when LeBron was here, so that was a fun time. He also founded HR Capitalist and Fistful with Talent and is the author of 9 Faces of HR. So Kris, welcome to the show. So for those who don't know you, Kris, maybe if you don't mind sharing a little bit about you and what you're working on currently.
Yeah, so the elevator pitch is I'm a longtime HR pro, big companies early in my career, Fortune 500s, venture-backed firms, kind of in the middle part of my career, I guess, like 05 to 2010. And then in 2010, I exited corporate America. I'm still the HR leader at a company called Kinetix, but I'm also an investor. So I'm one of 2 owners at Kinetix, and we're an RPO recruiting firm. I'd always enjoyed recruiting as much as anything in the HR stack. So I found a great partner, lady by the name of Shannon Russo. And I've been a part of building that company over the last decade. It's been fun. It's been fun to really dig into recruiting. I also have gotten a chance to do some really cool stuff by building a recruitment marketing practice. I also have created a leadership series called the Boss Leadership Series, Manager Training. So I get to do a lot of things. I'm just incredibly blessed.
Here I am talking to great people about content that hopefully will resonate with the HR community. And in doing that, I like to start with the very first kind of high level strategic question of having practiced what you have in HR and then your investment and other things and talking with great HR leaders. How would you describe the purpose of human resources?
Well, that seems like a loaded question these days, John. So I'll try not to stub my toe. You know, I think great HR and really the purpose of HR is you're going to have like one foot on both sides of the fence. You have to help the business get great results, but while you do that, you have to do it in a way that's incredibly people friendly and progressive, and you've got to help individuals get results in your company as well. And I think if you lose sight of either one of those areas, helping individuals get results and also helping the company get great results, if you get out of balance on those two things, I think that's where people get into trouble. I also think that's where HR pros become average. So I think the purpose of HR is really to make sure that you're doing both those things, helping a company get great results and helping individuals, who's ever in front of you on the given day, get great results and helping them achieve their goals.
So what do you think gets in the way? What's that barrier? If you use the word balance, I try to think of the word harmony. And I also kind of talk through that you're in that aisle between the employer and the employees. So what are the barriers that get in the way of HR being able to achieve that purpose, that balance?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot there, right? I think I'll use the loaded word these days. I think what gets in the way is bias. I think bias for I've got to be all about the company and the company first, last, and always. You know, there's a bias. If you have a worldview that says that's problematic. If you have a bias where you forget about the company and you just, your empathy for the employees that you're trying to help overruns you, that can be harmful as well. So I think what gets in the way is just a bias for one or the other and not understanding that you really don't have a choice. If you want to be a great HR pro, you've got to shoot it right down the middle. And it's possible. It's just more art than it is science. And it takes a lot of work.
So is there a suggestion you could have to help people remove or attack that bias barrier? Things that we could do to kind of help them see that and achieve the things they're trying to get focused in HR?
Yeah, what I would say, John, is the most successful HR people I know really view their careers like a portfolio. So if you think about the world of HR that we all live in, at the base level, there's this level of transactions. There's this level of stuff that has to happen to make the buses of a company run on time. I think the best HR people I know are the folks who are career minded enough. So there is a selfish angle to this. They're career minded enough to always have projects like going. They're trying to develop their portfolio of things that they've done. And when they develop that portfolio, when they view the world, I would tell you in a way that says, okay, what's next for me? What am I working on that can add value? When you do that and you do that in the right way, it's the world of HR, right? You can have a project that can have unbelievable impact for the company, but at the same time you're doing that, it should have unbelievable impact for the employees. For example, if you're rolling out a new performance strategy, and notice I didn't say performance review, I said strategy because it's holistic, that should help the company get great results. That should also help the majority of employees get better feedback from the people they rely on. So I think one of the ways that you can remove that bias is to always stretch yourself and to say, hey, I got to have 2 or 3 things in my portfolio that are going to be advantageous for me because I built something. And if you do that in the right way, I think you can find both sides of that fence perfectly. I think, the old adage is that, well, I mean, it's not an old adage. People view it different ways, right? Cynics believe that HR people work for the company. People who are more romantic about the craft do it for the employees, or they say that's what it's all about. The reality is it's both sides. And if you chase the right things for your career, I think you just naturally find that you can deliver on both those things.
So the show's called HR Like a Boss. The book will be coined the same. Hopefully sometime in 2021, we'll get all that ready to roll. And I know you have had a great influence on many people in HR, have an awesome career, invested in it and write about it constantly. And I know you do a training which has the word boss in it. So I think you might be as knowledgeable and skilled and prepared to answer this question of how would you describe someone that does HR like a boss?
It's a great question. I thought about it before I got on our session. I think HR like a boss, somebody that's doing HR like a boss is someone who is trusted and sought out by many different people of different career levels, different expertise, different worldviews inside your company. So I think you're doing HR like a boss. You don't have to do HR like a boss my way or John's way, but I think that you're doing it right when people from all walks of life, all functional areas, everything reach out to you for your counsel. And counsel is a strong word, but they trust you enough to reach out and get your take on something. And John, the other thing I'll give you to take it all the way back to how I kind of started this with you, I think you're really doing HR like a boss when employees at the ground level seek you out to ask you quick questions. It doesn't have to be super formal, but also managers and up seek you out for your counsel for a situation they're dealing with before something becomes bad. And if you go all the way back to the way I kind of described great HR pros, you've got a foot in both camps and you're comfortable in that space and you can live like that. There's a lot of different ways to get there, but you're doing it like a boss when entry-level employees seek you out because they've had exposure to you and they trust you, and manager, directors, VPs, executives also seek you out. If you're getting that from both sides, whatever you're doing, keep doing it because you're doing HR like a boss.
That's awesome. Yeah, you talked about that in the beginning, the balance between the employee and the employer. We talked also too a little bit about, as a quick recap, you used the word portfolio, which I really liked. It's a record of the successes you've had. We know we're going to make mistakes. We're going to strike out. We're going to lose games, but we continue to learn from those experiences. You mentioned kind of performance management strategies. Let's focus on the manager. As a younger Kris Dunn, maybe that entrepreneurial spirit would have come out sooner. and we would have networked in a different way to get to know as many people as possible. So Kris, you're awesome. I appreciate you being on the show. And thank you for checking out today's episode. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share with a friend. And until next time, let's continue to aspire to do amazingly awesome HR.